Hello everyone, you're welcome back to Nourish and Bloom with Maureen Wankwo. This is episode 2 of our Christmas series and we'll be tackling the savory aspect of our brunch. We tackled the sweet aspect in the first episode and we're about to tackle the savory aspect. And right here we have some scones, or like some other people would call it, biscuits. We have here whole wheat flour again. I always emphasize on whole wheat flour. We have butter. This looks like a lot. That's because it's been grated down. I grated it because I needed it cold and in smaller pieces to be able to mingle into our flour. So that's butter. Please go for butter and not margarine because this is a way healthier fat than your regular margarine. Like I said, it looks a lot because it's grated down. Here we have some brown sugar. We have some salt here. I don't know if you can see this because it's white on the plate as well. We have eggs, we have some buttermilk, baking soda, and we'll be using this for our glaze. So we'll be breaking in an egg into this one when the time comes. First of all, mixing the dry ingredients. The salt goes in alongside the sugar. And here we have our baking soda. Giving this a really good whisk. It's good for all the ingredients to be cold. I just got my flour out of the fridge. You need your butter to be cold too. If you're not able to grate your butter, you can just cut it into smaller pieces. It doesn't really matter. So the butter goes in and we'll be going in with our hands now to blend this whole thing together. So right there, just so it forms like a breadcrumb texture. I've always loved scones. Growing up, it has always been a big part of Christmas, having scones in the morning. So it's just good to share childhood memories like this with you. My sister Pamela will be very happy to see this because she has always loved scones, especially for the festive season. So I'm just going to wash my hands and we'll come back and start up with the wet ingredients. So for the wet ingredients, we'll just be cracking up our eggs. I'll give this a good shake. For the buttermilk, please, if you don't have this, you can substitute yogurt for this. Plain natural yogurt will work. Just gonna add this in here. I need just 1 cup. So we'll be giving this a good whisk. We'll be adding on the flour mixture into the wet ingredient. Just stir this to bring it together. So the next step will be to roll this out. I'll be moving that onto the surface. So we'll just add some flour onto the surface because we need this to ensure it doesn't stick. So we're going to start rolling. You're working with your hands and the rolling pin in this case. You can either use a cookie cutter. In this case, I'm using this because it's the perfect size for what I'm looking to get. Tends to get a bit tricky when you're using a bowl. So right here we already have our biscuits all cut. We have our prepared pan and we're just going to quickly make our glaze. We have some milk in here. I'm cracking up an egg inside this milk and I'm just going to use my brush to whisk that together to combine. So we'll be placing this on the baking sheet. So that's what we have for this and we are just going to glaze this up. We are just doing the surface. So we have this all nice and glazed up. I'm just adding a little bit of finishing touches here and there. So we'll be sending this to the oven right now. So this is what it looks like by the time it's ready. We have our scones ready. It's usually served with the gravy and the sausages. We'll do a full spread by the time we're done. So we'll be going on to the next recipe. So for the second recipe for our savory aspect of the Christmas brunch, we'll be making some homemade sausages. This is not your regular sausage. We are not piping this in the bag and all that. But it's healthier. It's good to know what you're eating, because most times when you buy sausages, you find out that there's a lot of processed stuff in it. So I prefer to make mine. I go for lean beef, and then I add spices that I enjoy to my lean beef, and I cook it. So here we have some lean beef. We have the Italian herbs, crushed peppers, dry parsley, onion, black pepper, paprika, fennel seeds, garlic, and then your salt. This is for our gravy that we'll have with the biscuits or the scones, as the case may be. Coconut milk in this case. We have some butter, not margarine, please take note. Some whole wheat flour. We have here some nutmeg, coriander, black pepper, ginger garlic paste, and some onion or garlic powder, as the case may be. I only had onion powder, so I'm using just onion powder. You can also use garlic powder to sub this. We have a little bit of salt here. So this is a very easy recipe. Everything apart from the coconut milk goes into the pot at once. We're going to place this on very low heat so that the butter can gradually melt. We've just placed this on stove top and we'll start cooking. So now that our butter has melted and the flour has browned slightly, we are just going to be adding on the coconut milk, and we're going to be measuring the quantity we need. This is from the fridge, so you can see it's all curdled up, just about 2 cups. Then we'll be giving this a good whisk. So right here we have our chicken gravy. You can see the texture. I'll grab a spoon so you can see what it looks like. So that's exactly what you're looking for. If you want the texture a little bit, if you want a little bit thinner, you can add in a little bit more coconut milk or water, and if you want it thicker, you can leave it on heat a little bit more to just thicken up. This is perfect for me, so I'll be taking this off heat as it is now. So on to our second savory recipe for our Christmas brunch. We'll be having some eggs and some plantains. If you're a Nigerian, you know that you can't have a spread without a breakfast spread without plantains and eggs, and that's what we're having today. So I'll just quickly introduce the ingredients. We have some curry powder, Italian herbs, some chopped tomatoes, onions, eggs, green bell peppers, kambuzi pepper. You have to try this. This is my favorite, a Malawian must try. If you happen to find yourself in Malawi, very nice aroma, not your usual pepper. So yes, highly recommended. Some crushed up garlic, we'll be using some of this, some oil, and then sea salt. I'm just going to add on the oil, and I'll be adding on my onions. I'll let this cook until it becomes translucent, then we'll add on our other ingredients. So with the onion cooking, we are just going to crack up our eggs to get this ready. We'll just have our eggs cracked up. I'll be adding on a little bit of salt. I like to add on salt to the eggs, a little bit of garlic. Going to give this a good whisk. So we're adding on all of the bell peppers onto the eggs at this stage. So that's what the onions looks like at this stage. So the garlic goes. plantains, and then we'll just slice this onto our bowl. Just this easy. So right here we are done with cutting our plantains. Each one of them, then I will send it back to the oven so that the reverse side can cook as well. So we just got the plantains out from the oven, and this is what